I walk around naturally around 60, 61 Ks. But I dropped down to my fighting division, which is 56.7 Ks, 125 pounds.
Who became the second Namibian to capture an international mixed martial arts continental title after winning a gold medal in Angola at the 2023 Africa Championships. Now, you are probably familiar with the name if you know MMA. If you're interested in fighting, and even if it's not MMA, you definitely know the name. And if you're just a casual Namibian fan of sports and anyone who wears the Namibian colors outside the country representing the flag, you are well aware of who Damian is. He joins us in studio to share his journey and the experiences and what this remarkable achievement means to him. Damian, welcome to 99 FM.
Thank you so much, my man. Pleasure to be here.
Let's dive into it, man. MMA. Let's go to the very beginning. How did you get involved in MMA?
Okay, so essentially, MMA was always an interest. Ever since back in high school, I always used to be the small guy, and wanting to learn how to defend myself more intelligently was definitely up there. I didn't take any nonsense from anybody, irrespective. But just having a little bit more knowledge about actually what you are actually doing was always up there. But I had a passion for rugby and a love for rugby, and that was a sport I played throughout high school. After high school, started realizing that might venture into something different. And then I actually got in contact with my teammate Geraldo, and I asked him, like, hey G, man, can we train, bro? Can you teach me a couple of stuff? And he was so adamant that, listen, my man, just wait for my coach. Out of respect and honor for his coach. And then so I think like 2.5 years ago, when my coach Carlos, when he opened up his new gym, his new facility, at that time it was at Old Breweries. I was like, all right, here's my chance. This is my opportunity. I gotta put my hand up now. And he immediately, I hope so, left a lasting impression on my coach. The first week we were equipment in and equipment out, and eventually when we started training, I caught on to the sport pretty well. I think with a God-given natural athletic ability, I caught on pretty quick. Unfortunately sustained a bit of an injury last year, just right before, actually for our qualification for last year's championship. But still went along as a cornerman assistant coach, and they really provide a lot of insights as well.
No, I mean, it's a big shout out to G-Man firstly. Geraldo,
bro.
Is a good brother of mine. We spent, I think, one time an hour just talking about it, and I could see the passion in his eyes, man. Like he was telling me about how he, the way in and how your body has to adjust the last few hours, how every little detail is so important. But I want to focus on the physicality of it. Now, you're coming from a rugby background, so you're used to packing a punch a bit. How physically demanding is MMA? Because from the outside, you said it in an interview, I think, when you came back at the airport, and how the stigma is violence and all of these things. But how physically demanding is it when it comes to training and preparing your body?
It's above and beyond anything that I've done before in comparison to rugby. It's we have weight divisions. I walk around naturally around 60, 61 Ks, but I drop down to my fighting division, which is 56.7 Ks, 125 pounds.
How was that adjustment?
So that is where the tough part comes in. Obviously training it's as tough as hell, man. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening after work. You got to put the work in, and then that last 4 weeks you start going on a diet. For about a month, the most flavor I had in my life was a lemon. Bro, I was about wake up in the morning, you got 4 egg whites, you got a chicken breast and a potato, and got some fish and some broccoli with no salt.
No spice.
No spice, no nice, no nothing, man. Just a lemon. Just squeeze it there.
Yeah.
So that is one of the more difficult aspects of preparing yourself, because now you're also walking around, you somebody that's used to consuming sugar and carbs, you're not taking that in anymore, so the body starts yearning for those sorts of stuff, and then it's a mental battle, because now you're a couple of weeks out, you mess up once, you spike your weight by 3 Ks, put yourself under pressure, you throw yourself off, you're not focused on what you actually need to do.
And then it's the team as well now.
Exactly, and then also your water intake also gets cut gradually as you get closer to competition, so that is also a it's a lot more difficult than you think. You take for granted being able to just take a bottle of water and just take a couple of sips. Later on you are literally, it's a game of inches, grams, and ounces. You are having 500 mils of distilled water a day, or 250 mils. That is what you need to drink from morning to night before your next.
How you split that up is up to you.
That's how you do it, bro. If you're trying to chug that do that, but you ain't getting none of that anymore after that. So, just in terms of the weight cut specifically,
I can imagine
that one takes out a little punch, but then. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of contact, and you understand that you're going in there as an individual. It's you. You got to do this. I mean, playing rugby all my life, it's a team sport. I had 14 other brothers on the field that would always carry me in a time that you were a little bit down. Of course, you have your corner man and you have your coach right there in the corner. But it's you.
One of my favorite quotes is, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the face. You think you can practice all you want. When you get hit in the face and then you feel the when someone packs a punch, everything changes. But all that physicality and the weight cutting, and sometimes going up a division as well, just gaining that weight and that awkwardness, all paid off for you. Winning gold at the Africa Championships is monumental, man. It's a great achievement, not just for you individually, for sure, for your team, for sure, but as a country,
putting it on the map.
It's very, very important, especially a sport like MMA that's growing. I see a lot of we've got some gyms around here. I see a lot of people learning, and I myself, I won't even lie to you, I got hit once. Went home and I said, it's all right. But I'll come back. Because it's the mental side, right?
100%.
Just describe the emotions for you, just winning the seconds before that. How was it for you?
It was, agonizing. Having to wait for the judges to sort of, get to the answer. And like the guy doing the whole announcement, he's like up and down. And just like, bro, can we just get the answer?
Did you look at the other guy and be like, I got you?
I did.
A little bit.
A little bit. No, I knew in the first round, he threw me a solid straight right in the first round. But then after that, I knew that was his best shot. And I knew he couldn't produce that again. Because by the second round, he started gassing. My man, we are fit.
Yeah.
We are fit. I think we definitely, in terms of our cardio, we were way up there in terms of our competition, or in comparison to our competition. So by the second round, I could literally feel whenever we were close contact and close quarters, that's actually my fighting style. I need to stay within the pocket. I can feel his breathing. And I know, nah.
That's when you know
I have the upper hand. I have a little bit more in the gas tank. And that at the end of the day really pulls through.
Was he fighting at his walking weight, or was...
I think that morning of our final, he actually missed weight.
Okay.
And then he went on and he had to go lose weight, and he made weight.
Okay.
And that already was a
thumbs up for you.
Thumbs up for me, because now you have to focus on losing weight. Your mental focus is somewhere else. And I have this thing... I look you in the eye when I stepped in the ring, and I tried to make eye contact with him. He didn't even. He shied away. And that psychological battle is something that I secured in the pocket, and I put in the bag for myself. But moments before, with any sort of competition, I've grown, I think, as a sportsman, as an athlete, and I come to tell myself, win or lose, I've gained. I've gained. Last year with my first fight at AFL, I lost a fight on a split decision. And that's when I realized it's never a loss, it's always a lesson. I could take that and I could rewatch the video, and I could cultivate myself, into a better fighter, into a better warrior. And it's a humbling victory and gracious in defeat.
And in terms of the future, what does it hold for you? What's next? What's the next fight? Upcoming competitions?
So we were opting for Worlds, but I think just in terms of prep time, it's a little tight. It's about 8 weeks away, and then also finances. We're looking at almost 60-70K to make it to Albania. Registration fees, hotel fees, or accommodation fees. So hopefully by next year we will have more of the corporate giants involved. Maybe a bank or two coming through and paying the social responsibility in our regard, in our sport. Being a little more active in terms of sponsorship. But for now, we're going to host IMAF African Championships next year in Windhoek. And so that is the next competition that we're focusing on. It gives us about 7-8 months to really prepare and, sharpen our skills.
Yeah.
Because now there's video footage out. People are already studying and seeing, the holes in my attack and my defense. And so now I need to do exactly the same thing and better.
And level up.
So I think for now, the main priority would be next year. We'll probably have a couple of GFC fights. GFC is a Gauteng fighting championship. It's in Boksburg, Pretoria.
Yeah.
But it's really amateur as well. Just to keep active, stay active, gain a little bit more cage time, ring experience.
Yeah.
But the main priority would be next year. Next year, May, we're looking at end of May, start of June, African Championships again, yeah.
And for any young person out there that wants to get into MMA, just what advice do you have for them, considering that, it is a tough sport? Sometimes I say to young upcoming musicians and people in entertainment that there are no psychologists in the sport sometimes, and sometimes it's a very lonely and dark road that you have to walk. But MMA it's a different beast on its own.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for someone that is keen on becoming a fighter?
Start.
Just start.
It's just start, bro. It's either one day or day one. I literally started roughly 2.5 years ago, and I am right now. At the end of the day, you will come to a point where you can make a decision for yourself. Do I actually want to fight? Do I actually want to participate? Or do I just want to learn this craft, the art behind it? And to be honest, I wish this is actually something that is incorporated into our schooling system. Self-defense. It's of a priority.
Yeah.
It really is of a priority. And for the parents out there, hopefully we can now start changing the controversy behind what people actually think this is. This is just a bunch of wild dogs fighting each other, but it's such a respectful thing. It's so much respect between myself and my opponent, especially after the fight. In there we do try and go with each other, obviously, but afterwards it's nothing but respect. It's nothing but love. It's all about helping each other grow and learn more. So for anybody, any kid, any youth, just get up there, find yourself a good coach, somebody that invests himself not only into you as an athlete, but you as an individual, as a person, that understands your background and your upbringing and everything else that comes along with it. So yeah, man.
100%, man. Congratulations on the gold.
Yes.
And we can't wait to see a lot more of that come next year in Windhoek. And good luck on the games in Gauteng as well. Where we can support, we will support. And a champion in 99 FM. Thank you so much, Damian.
Hey, thank you, my man.
And that is our final whistle. Gold around his neck, and it looks like he's walking around back in his walking weight now. The arms are filling out. It's Damian Muller on 99 FM.
99 FM's final whistle.